Hello and welcome to another video from Motor's Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that's now quite old but still highly collectible and quite sought after. We are looking at the 2000 release by Corgi from their Noddy In Toyland series of miniature die-cast models with the miniature figures. And this series is all based on the television series of the time, Noddy In Toyland. As you know, it was written by Blytons. Okay, so this is the box it comes in. And it says, you've got an image of Noddy at the top left-hand corner. It says Noddy In Toyland. It says Lido, the collector's choice. And it's from 3 years. And at the bottom, it says Blytons Toyland. And then you've got images of all the characters in the train, and they're all waving. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's just turn the box round to the back and see what we got in the back. Okay, so it shows you all of the 6 vehicles in this series. So at the very top of the box, again, you've got an image of Noddy. It says Toyland Cars, collect the set. And you've got Mr. Plod's police car, Noddy's car, Mr. Milko's milk van, Toyland fire engine, which is obviously this one, Mr. Spark's pickup truck, and Gobbo's car. And again, at the bottom, it's got Blytons Toyland. If I turn the box to the side, you can see an image of Noddy in his car. It says Toyland Cars, die-cast models from Blytons Toyland. And I think it's the same on the other side, yeah. So Toyland Cars, die-cast models, Blytons Toyland. And if we just lift the box up at the bottom, you've got all the copyright and licensing and warning informations at the bottom there. It says 2000 Lido Collectibles in Leicester. And you've got the barcode and the CE marks and the 0 to 3, not suitable for 3 years old, and confirms to British standards. Okay, that is the box. Now, I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to open the box and take the model out. So let's have a good look at it outside of the plastic. Okay, so I removed the model from the box, and this is what we got. So the model comes in this plastic, which you just lift that off. I'll just move that out of the way, and there you can see you've got this amazing display plinth, and you've got the model of the car that sits on the plinth. Well, let's have a look at the car. So you've got Big Ears there. Now, Big Ears is actually he comes in a little bag actually. So he's if I can, yeah, I can take him out of the bag, and there we can see Big Ears figure. Let's have a look at him first, as I've taken him out of the bag now. So Big Ears stands just under 3 inches. So we're looking at 7 centimeters tall. We're looking at a overall width with his hand sticking out of 5.5 centimeters, and a depth of 2 centimeters. So there we are. That's the size of Big Ears, and of course with those lovely big ears, which is where he gets his name. So that's the figure. I'm just going to pop him back in his bag because I don't want him to get too dirty while we're looking at everything here. So let's just pop him back in there, and let's have a look at the vehicle. So the vehicle comes with the ladder and the winch, I think that is, because it's obviously a fire engine. Now it is still strapped in with a couple of bands. One of the bands is broken, as they do obviously because it's 24 years old. The bands go brittle, but that is the little section that comes with it, and that just sits in the back of the fire engine. So that's his winch. Oh, actually I think that's his hose. Yeah, it's his fire hose and his ladder. And it says Toyland Fire Service there. Anything on the bottom? So on the bottom of the car, it's got Toyland Cars by Lido. Copyright EBL, whatever that means. I'm not quite sure what that means. Let's just zoom in on that. Copyright and EBL. Yeah, not quite sure what that means. But there we go. Never mind. So the top part, I'm just going to take that out so it doesn't fall out while I'm got the car upside down. So the whole top of the section of the car, the top chassis is die-cast metal. There are plastic parts on it, so the screen is plastic, the steering wheel is plastic. the inside of the back trunk is plastic, and the seats are plastic. Also, you've got the plastic nose and the plastic bumper, and of course the wheels are also plastic, and that base at the bottom is also plastic. So it's quite heavy though, believe it or not. This is a very heavy model for being that half metal, half plastic. But then I should imagine it's because of how thick the actual metal is on the chassis, the top half of the chassis. It's very, very thick. So yeah, hence the reason why it's quite heavy for a very dinky little model. Size wise, we're looking at 10 centimeters long. We're looking at an overall width of about 5.5 centimeters, and an overall height, if I measure from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the screen, we're looking at 5 centimeters. So that gives you an idea of the size of the model. Again, it's nicely detailed, Toyland fire service on there, not nicely protruding handles, although the doors don't open. The little blue light on the front there, nice grille and bumper, and obviously the plastic wheels, which were a universal thing with the Noddy cars, and they're free rolling, they spin round as you can see, but there is no other functionalities on the model other than the that band's come right off now, the removable ladder and the hose, and obviously the removable big ears figure who sits down there on in the car. Okay, so I'll just try and put that back into place so I don't damage anything. I'll put that band back round it, try and hold it into place. But there we are. So that is Big Ear's car. So the only functionality is the free rolling wheels, as you can see, and the removable hose and the ladder. But it still is a lovely looking car, and it does look absolutely gorgeous on display, as you can see. Yeah, a nice little figure with big ears to complement the car, yeah, which complements the car very well. So there we have it. So how well did these figures do, and cars do, I should say, models? Well, it's Corgi, so they're bound to do well. They're bound to sell very well. And this was the first release, actually. They did actually re-release these a short time later. I think a year or two later, they redesigned the packaging and released them. But in the second release, they had the figures sitting separately to the vehicles. Don't quite understand why, but there we go. They did that. But this particular one is the original 2000 release of these models. Yeah, they've done very well. Obviously, they've done well enough to warrant a re-release a couple of years later. But so as usual with Corgi and all Corgi products, just like the dinky toys and the Matchbox toys, they do sell very, very well. They've got their own market of collectors and kids that love the toys, so yeah, they're always going to sell well. Of course, now we're talking 24 years on. How often do these models actually come up for sale now? Well, the truth of it is not very often. Not these original ones. You do quite often see the later ones come up in the later packaging, but these original ones from the 2000, they really don't come up that often. And when they do, well, they don't usually come up brand new as this one is. I mean, this one had never been out of the box until I opened it. But they do, obviously, they do come up from time to time on the platforms. But the only thing I'll say on the platforms, as usual, if you're buying on the platform, be vigilant of what you're actually ordering. Make sure it is the item that you think you are ordering. So as a used item, if it's a used item, always click on the used images to make sure that the item that you're buying is the one that you think you're going to get, because a lot of the platforms use stock images and it may not be the same as what you are going to get. So just a little bit of advice for you there. So yeah, these ones don't come up that often on the platform. Some of them do, because there was obviously more available than others. There was more of the Noddy ones, there was more of the big ears ones produced, but they seem to be the rarest ones that come up now, so I don't quite understand that, but maybe it's because they were the ones that the people wanted. But you do see them come up from time to time, but not as often as the later versions. Or alternatively, as you know, we at Midas Touch, we managed to find a big quantity of these toys, which was all from a shop buyout. There was a shop that closed down just after COVID, and we went in and bought all the stock off their shelves, and we had a big box full of these Noddy cars, and every single one of them is currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Noddy items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that, there's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website, and there will be something for everybody. And I'm absolutely positive that this is something you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful little model with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. Bye for now.